All right, hello everybody. I'm just gonna go through this as quickly as I can, but I wanted to share with you all what we did to kind of save some money. Overall, we saved about $3,500 on our trip, maybe $4,000, um, utilizing some hacks that we came across, whether it was TikTok or through somebody else's blog. But the information is out there. I will say reading is fundamental. It sounds funny to say, but it really is because once we went back and read through some stuff, we were like, duh, it's right here in front of our face. So the first thing I want you guys to know about Universal Studios that we found as a benefit was the use of these Universal Express Unlimited passes. Basically, you get to skip the regular lines however many times you want to. We did not come across any rides that didn't participate, so I can't tell you what rides did not have an express pass option, but we used it. We did not wait any longer than 15 minutes in a line, regardless of the ride. So our savings came from the express passes because, as you see, the express passes range from $109 to $349, $350. Basically, the express passes for us was costing more than the actual tickets to Universal Studios. We knew up front, okay, $1,500 Universal Studios, that's what we got to pay. We knew that. But when we wanted to do the express passes for all of us, um, we found that it was a lot more expensive because we were going to Orlando Universal Studios during peak season. So anything that you do on Universal Studios site, and I'm assuming this is the same for Disney, you have to pick a day. So we went for 2 days. You find different deals based on how many days you want to go. This will filter out and you have to pick a date. Okay. So when you pick a date, it'll give you a range. We did not do the two parks a day. We didn't do that option where we could go to both parks during the day. We did one park per day and we went to Universal Studios for 2 days. So these are called the base tickets. So we did the base tickets. But again, we wanted those express passes. The express passes do not care if you do a base ticket or what. So what we discovered was that Universal has these premier hotels. There are several hotels in very close proximity to Universal Studios, but there are three hotels that they call their premier hotels. These premier hotels give you free, unlimited express passes. So we were paying $349.99 a piece per day. The express passes were like $2,500. We ended up booking a room for one night at the Royal Pacific Resort. That rate during peak season was right at $1,000. However, rates are as low as $337, as you can see here. Basically, we got express passes for everybody in our party for free for the day that we checked in and the day that we checked out. So that right off the bat saved money. Now, some people may say, well, Fran, I don't plan on spending the night in another hotel. We didn't stay at the hotel. We just utilized the benefit of the free express passes. We checked out the room. We found that the room was smaller than our resort. We couldn't stay there. So, well, we didn't want to stay there. We could, but we didn't want to. So this right off the bat saved us thousands of dollars because booked the room for one night, got 2 days worth of express passes for everybody in our family, and that was a savings. Like I said, right off the bat. Again, we went during peak season, so our express passes were costing $349.99 per person. Basically, look at the calendar, see what works for you when you pick the number of express passes, and go from there. We did not buy our Universal Studios tickets until the day that we got there. I mean, until we got to Orlando, because the resort we stayed at had a separate package. I will say this: check and make sure your resorts don't have any blackout dates for the package discounts that they are offering. But we got about $200 or $300. We got tickets for about $200 or $300 less than what Universal was showing on their site for the deal that was going on during that time. We did not have to worry about like parking or anything like that. We were able to park at the hotel. There was a daily rate to park, but I think one day they missed our parking fee, so we were not charged for one day. Um, we took a boat ride to City Walk, which is where you either go to Universal Studios or Island of Adventure. So that's how we saved a few bucks on those Universal Resort tickets. If you don't want the express passes, there are other options for those. You can do the ones where you don't do the unlimited. But what I will say is just check and make sure the pricing is something that you want to pay versus the discount that's offered through the hotel by booking for one night and still getting the passes. If you have any more questions about that, reach out. We also were able to save a good amount of money utilizing Turo. We booked through a guy named Joey. They were great. Again, we went during peak season. Spring break is peak season. And at that time, looking for rental cars through like Budget, Enterprise, Avis, it was costing us almost $700. The rates now are a little better from when I was comparing earlier, but now what I was able to get my rental for with Turo was half of what Budget was showing. So again, Budget at the time was showing like $700. Turo through Joey, I was able to get a Volkswagen Atlas. He has about 10 cars. You can see his daily rates. So depending on what you want, what you need, they're very flexible. They were easy to work with. We had an issue with the airport location. They swapped the location for me with no extra charge. So again, look into Turo. All in all, I will just simply say, do some research, take the time to plan, write out some things, write out the options that you come across and pick what works best for you and your family. If you have a family with a lot of people going, or everybody wants to utilize all the passes, all of that good stuff, then you're going to want to see where you can cut some corners and save some money. If you know you're not going on any rides, but your kids are, then you may find that it's cheaper for your kids just to get the express passes versus going through the hotel route like I did and getting the unlimited express passes. So you just got to play around with it, see what works for you. This is what worked for us. And again, it saved us close to $4,000